Hello everyone, welcome to TryRed. This is Pack 365. Today in this session, we are going to learn about fundamentals of accounting in Tally. Now let us move into the concepts. Here are the concepts of this chapter. Basics of accounting, company creation and configuration in Tally, ledger and groups, voucher types and voucher creation, entries, backup and restore, and then conclusion. Concept. Here, basics of accounting. Accounting is a process of recording, classifying, summarizing, and interpreting financial transactions of a business. In simple words, it helps us understand how money comes in, goes out, and how a business is performing. Now, let us look into the key concepts. First, assets. These are the things the business owns, like cash, furniture, or buildings. These have value and help the business operate. Second, liabilities. These are the what the business owns to others, such as loans or money to creditors. Third, capital. This is the owner's investment in the business. It represents the owner's share. Next, income. This is the money earned by the business, like sales or service revenue. And finally, expenses. This is the money spent to run the business, like such as rent, salaries, or electricity bills. Now, moving to the golden rules of the accounting, which are very important for recording transactions. First, personal account. Debit the receiver, credit the giver. This applies to individuals or organizations. Second, real account. Debit what comes in, credit what goes out. This applies to physical or tangible assets. And lastly, nominal account. Debit all expenses and losses, credit all incomes and gains. This relates to income and expenses. Now, finally, the accounting equation, which is foundation of the accounting. Assets equal to liabilities plus capital. This means the everything the business owns is either funded by borrowed money like liabilities, or the owner's investment means capital. For example, if a business has assets worth of 10,000 and owns 4,000, then the owner's capital is 6,000. So, accounting helps business keep track of their finances and make better decisions. Next, coming to company creation and configuration in Tally. First of all, company creation means setting up a business in accounting software so that all financial transactions can be recorded properly. One commonly used software for this is Tally. This helps business manage accounts easily and accurately. To begin with, we open Tally on the computer. Once the software starts, we select the option called Create a Company, and then this is the first step in setting up our business in the system. After selecting the option, we need to enter important details about the business. First is the company name, which defines the business, then enter the address, which gives the location details. Next, we set the financial year, which defines the accounting period of the business, usually from April to March. This is important because all reports and transactions are recorded based on this period. We also choose the currency, such as Indian rupees or US dollars, depending on the country where the business operates. This ensures that all financial transactions are recorded in the correct monetary unit. After entering all these details, we simply save the information. Once the information is saved, the company is successfully created in Tally. After the company is created, we can start recording the financial transactions like sales, purchase, payments, and receipts. This helps in maintaining proper records and preparing financial statements. Now, company creation in Tally is the first and foremost important step to begin accounting in the digital system. Company now we'll know about the company creation, company alteration and deletion. Now let us understand the company alteration. Company alteration means modifying or updating the details of an existing company in Tally. Sometimes business information changes. For example, the company may shift to a new address, change its names, or update GST details. Instead of recording a new company, we simply use the alteration option so we can edit the existing details. This helps keep records accurate and up to date without losing previous data. Next, company deletation. Deletation is this is used we want to permanently remove a company from the tally. For example, if a company was created by mistake or no longer needed, it can be deleted. However, this option must be used very carefully because once a company is deleted, all its data might be lost and cannot be recovered. So, it is always important to double check before deleting. Now, let us move into configuration settings. Configuration settings control how Tally works and how information is displayed. These settings helps customize the software according to the business needs. For example, voucher numbering settings allows us to decide how transactions are numbered numerically and automatically. Invoice customization helps in designing invoices with company logos and required details. Security and users access control ensure that all only authorized users can access or modify data. Report display settings viewing help financial reports in a clear and useful format. Proper configuration is very important because it ensures accurate accounting, saves time, improves efficiency, and makes the system easier to use. Alteration helps in updating company details. Deletion removes unwanted data, and configuration settings helps to customize Tally for better performance. Next, ledgers and groups. A ledger is an account that records all transactions related to a specific item or head. In simple terms, every type of a transaction has its own separate record, which is called a ledger. For example, all cash transactions are recorded in the cash account, purchase in the purchase account, and salaries in the salary account. This helps in organizing financial data clearly and makes it easier to track each type of transaction. Whenever a transaction takes place, it is recorded in the appropriate ledger. This allows businesses to know how much money is coming in and how much money is going out and where is being used. Now let us understand the groups. Groups are used to classify the organized ledgers into different categories. Instead of having many separate ledgers without structure, groups helps arrange them in a systematic way. This makes accounting more organized and helps in preparing financial reports easily. For example, all assets are related to ledgers are grouped under assets and all expenses are grouped under expenses. Similarly, income and liabilities also have their own groups. In Tally, there are already some predefined groups to make work easier. For instance, sundry debtors includes customers who own money to the business, and sundry creditors includes suppliers to whom the business owns money. The capital account groups records the owner's investment, while direct expenses and indirect expenses are classified different types of costs. So, ledgers record individual transactions and group organize those ledgers into meaningful categories, making accounting simple and systematic. Voucher types. Vouchers are documents used to record financial transactions in accounting. Every time a business makes or receives a payment, buys or sells goods, or make adjustments, it is recorded using a voucher. So vouchers acts as a proof and helps maintain proper records. These are different types of vouchers, each used for specific purpose. First is the contra entry. This is used for transactions between cash and bank, such as deposit cash into the bank or withdrawing cash from the bank. Next is the payment voucher. This is used when the business makes payment, either by cash or bank. For example, paying rent, salaries, or bills. Then we have the recipient voucher. This is used when the business receives money. This could be from customers, interest income, or any other sources. The general vouchers is used to for adjustments. These are the special entries that do not involve cash or bank, such as depreciation or correcting errors. Next is the purchase voucher, which is used when the business buys goods, whether in cash or in credit. Finally, the sales voucher is used when the business sells goods or customers. Each voucher has a separate designed or record a specific kind of transaction, which makes accounting more organized, accurate, and easy to understand. Vouchers are essential tools in accounting that helps to record every financial activity in a structured way. Voucher, voucher creation. Now let us know the steps how vouchers will be created. To record any transaction in Tally, we use vouchers. The process of creating a voucher is simple and follows few steps. First, we open Gateway of Tally, which is main screen of the software. From there, we select the vouchers option to start recording a transaction. Next, we choose the required voucher type depending on the transaction. For example, if we are making a payment, we select a payment voucher. If we are receiving a money, we select the recipient voucher. And for sales, we select the sales voucher. After selecting the voucher type, we enter the date of the transaction. This is the most important because all records are maintained based on the dates. Then we select the ledger accounts involved in the transaction. For example, if we are paying a rent, we select the rent account and cash or bank account. Next, we enter the amount of the transaction and add a narration, which is a short description explaining the transaction. This helps in understanding the purpose of the entry later. Finally, we press the Ctrl plus A to save the voucher. Once saved, the transaction is recorded in the system. So, following by these steps, we can easily record all financial transactions in Tally using vouchers. Entries. In accounting, every transaction is recorded using the double entry system, which means that every transaction has two sides, debit and credit. This ensures that the account always remains balanced and accurate. Now let us understand this with some examples. Example 1. When the owner invests 50,000 into a business, cash is coming into the business, so cash account is debited. At the same time, the business owns this amount to be the owner, so the capital account is credited. So the entry is cash account data to capital account. Example 2. When rent of the 5,000 is paid, it is an expense for the business. According to accounting rules, expenses are debited, so rent account is debited. Since cash is going out, cash account is credited. So the entry is rent account data to cash account. Coming to example 3. When goods are purchased on credit for 10,000, the business received goods, so the purchase account is debited. Since the payment is not made immediately, we owe money to the supplier, so creditor account is credited. So the entry is purchase account data to the creditor account. In every transaction, one account is debited and another account is credited, which keeps the accounting system balanced and reliable. Backup. A backup is a copy of company that is stored in the safe location. It is very important in accounting because it helps protect data from the loss due to system failure, virus attacks, or accidental deletion. By taking regular backups, we can easily restore our data whenever needed. In Tally, taking a backup is a simple process. Let us look into the steps. First, we open the gateway of Tally, which shows the main screen. From there, we press Alt plus Y to open the data option. Next, we select the backup option. After that, we choose the company that which we want to create the backup. Then we select the destination folder, which is the location where the backup will be saved. This could be a D drive, pen drive, USB, or external hard disk. Choosing a safe location is important so that the data is secure. After selecting the location, we press the enter to start the backup process. Tally will be create a copy of the company data and store it in the selected location. Once the process is completed, the backup file is saved and it can be used later to restore the data if required. So, taking backup regularly is essential for data safety and ensures that the important accounting information is never lost. Restore. The restore procedure is used to recover company data from a backup. This is very useful when data is lost, deleted, or when we want to use the backup on other computer. In simple words, restore means bringing back the saved data into Tally. Let us look into the steps to restore data. First, we open the gateway of Tally, which is the main screen of the software. From there, we press Alt plus Y to option the data. Next, we select the restore option. After that, we choose the folder where the backup is stored, such as a pen drive, USB, or any other location where we previously saved in the backup. Then we select the destination folder, which is the location where we want to the data will be stored in a system. After selecting the folder, we press enter to start the restore process. Tally will then copy the backup data into the selected location. Once the process is completed, the company data is restored and ready to use. We can open it and continue working just like before. Restore helps us recover important data quickly and ensure that business work is not affected even the data might be lost. Conclusion. In conclusion, accounting is essential for every business and TallyPrime makes it easier and more efficient. TallyPrime is a powerful and user-friendly accounting software that helps business manage their financial activities efficiently. It simplifies many accounting tasks such as creating a company, managing ledgers and groups, entering vouchers, and generating the reports. Beyond basic accounting, Tally also supports inventory management, payroll processing, and GST compliance, making it a complete business management solution. Using Tally improves accuracy, save time, and reduces manual errors by automating many accounting purposes. And features like backup and recover, restore, ensure that the business data is safe and secure at all time. Because of its simplicity, reliability, and comprehensive features, Tally is widely used by small, medium, and large organizations. With the Tally, business can easily track income and expenses, know profit and loss account, maintain financial control, and prepare financial statements. Understanding the basics of accounting, along with company creation, ledger groups, watches, and entries, forms a strong foundation for maintaining finances. Overall, learning the tally helps both individuals and organizations maintain the proper financial records, improve efficiency, and make informed business decisions. It is not just a software, it is a tool that supports smarter financial management. Thank you.